Lord says, well done, my good and faithful servant, Jim. Well done, as always. We're going to talk a little bit about being wanted. Luke chapter 22, verse 31 and following. Okay? Y'all ever seen any wanted signs? Wanted dead or alive? Was your picture on there, Jim? No? Steve McQueen. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, Steve McQueen. Wanted dead or alive. But those are just popular ways to get words across, okay? To display a need, all right? And I mean, speaking of wanted dead or alive, do the post offices still have that pictures and all that in there? I don't know if they do that anymore or not, but used to the post offices, went to the post office and they'd have pictures of those wanted in there. People are wanted for a lot of things today. Now businesses, they want people who work, and I've run across merchants, and they're like, no one wants to work today. They say, I have jobs for these people, and no one just wants to work. They don't know what it is to sweat real hard, Fred, you know what I'm saying? Didn't the Marines say they need a few good men? Right? Right? The Marines want a few good men, don't they, Fred? Yeah. Military needs a few good men and women, all right? And, people are just wanted for all kind of things. And Jesus told his disciples, what's that? I'll get it, Fred. You don't have to walk that far. Jesus told his disciples that one of them was wanted. In Luke chapter 22, reads as this, verse 31. And the Lord said to Simon Peter, okay? Simon, indeed, Satan has asked for you. That's a Greek verb there, all right? Exatio. It means here that to beg for, to obtain, that you may come from that service into a full service with me. That's what he's asking for, okay? From taking it from one power of authority to this power of authority. That's what that word's meaning here. To ask for you. That's what he's talking about. So it's just not like, oh, well, Simon Peter, indeed, Satan has asked for you that he may sift you as wheat. You just read that real fast. Okay, he asked for you. Okay, well, hey, hello, how you doing, Simon Peter? I need you for a few minutes, No, he wants to own you. He wants to own him. But I have prayed for you, Jesus says. Jesus prayed for him. Just like in John 17, he prayed for future believers, okay? I have prayed for you that your faith should not fail. And when you have returned to me, strengthen your brethren. When you return to me, strengthen your brethren. But he said to him, Lord, I am ready to go with you both to prison and to death. Then he said, I tell you, Peter, the rooster shall not crow. The rooster shall not crow this day before you. You will deny me 3 times that you know me. And Jesus still took him back, even though Satan had him. Jesus was able to snatch him back. Okay? Jesus warned Peter that someone wanted him. And Satan got him for a little bit. It happens to people. Satan gets people for a little bit. And then people think they're lost cause. Even some members of the church think that some wayward Christians are lost cause. Ain't nothing they can do about them. Well, I know. How can you renew them? Hebrews says. How can you renew them to once they've already know? How can you enlighten them again to the gospel? Because they already know what the gospel says and what they're supposed to do. I don't read in the Bible where it says give up on them. Did Jesus go after the 99? Or did he go after the 1? That was a song, right, Jim? The 90 and 9. We don't sing that anymore. Jim, do you know that song? You don't practice that song. We can sing it. That's a good one. So Jesus, he left in 1990. He went for that one. Okay. Satan has not lost his desires to go after people. All right. He still wants them today. He's real as your hands are on your hand, or your toes, or your ears, or your eyes. He is real as that. Okay. And so we first meet this guy in the garden. All right. We first meet him in the garden here. And he wanted every soul since then. He wanted Job, right? Have you read the book of Job lately? He wanted Job. He wanted Adam. He wanted Eve. He wanted Jesus. He wanted Simon. He wants Paul. And he's just not a figment of our imagination, as some think. I mean, this world today has just portrayed the scriptures as it's just our imagination. You weak people, you're believing in a book. That's how they portray you, believing in a book. It's just a book, folks. Don't pull over the hoax over your head. I was on Facebook before I go to bed, kind of screwing through, and some of these videos come across, and a lot of them are dogs and cats, and you ever seen them dogs and cats, them cats that like a lion's coming up to a kid or something, and they go right after a lion. They're pretty tough. A cat, house cat. I seen one on so-called alien. They questioned this so-called alien. And they asked him about religion. He said, no, we're past that. We're past that myth. So people get into that. They'll believe that so-called alien over the scriptures, over things that are proven. There's so many things that are proven today from the scriptures. Science has tried to debunk these scriptures so hard that it's actually proving the Bible right in a lot of areas. So Satan is not just a figment of our imagination, okay? Satan wants every soul, all right? Peter, well, we should know, he gives very graphic picture of Satan here in 1 Peter 5:8. We picture a hungry lion and things of that nature, right? He wants every single soul. He wants all the souls. And you know what? He's not prejudiced either. People can be prejudiced on things, certain things against different people. He's not prejudiced either, okay? No one's exempt. And you know what? He's not a respecter of persons. Well, this guy, he's too rich, or he's got this, or he's got clout, or this lady's got this, I can't touch that person. He's not a respecter of persons. Well, Satan will try you, all right? He'll try you with money. He'll try you with fashions, with whatever, okay? And you know what? He knows your price. He knows your price. He tries through, he'll try you through deceptions and lies. He'll even try you through others. He really will. He'll even try you through procrastination. That's Darla and my word today. We have a word every Sunday. Epaphroditus was one of them. We've moved on to procrastination. He'll even try you through religious error, okay? Now, love things the world, things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of flesh, the lust of the eyes, the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world is passing away, and the lust of it. But he who does the will of God continues forever. All right? What does Satan want us to really do? What does he want us to really do? Deny God, okay. He wants us to quit assembling. He don't want you to do it all at once. He don't want that. He's not asking much. A little here, a little there. Things getting away. Oh, I got to do this. And mentioned today, that guy today mentioned, I got a hurricane coming. It's supposed to hit on Monday, so what are we doing on Sunday? We're going to buy supplies and gas because we've been procrastinating all week before we get our fuel or food for a hurricane coming. Have you ever sat by a brook or a stream and made little sailboat, Jim. Them tongue depressors. And you made a little boat out with a little thing and little people nod their head, yeah. And the water's flowing and flowing and flowing, and next thing you know, you just put it in there, and you're sitting there, and it's just going real slow, just barely moving. Next thing you know, you turn around, it ain't going so far. It takes turn around and get something, it's halfway down the stream. Next thing you know, you can't even see it. And so that boat just drifted away, And that's what Satan wants. That's what Satan wants. All right? He wants us to be at ease with the church, to be at ease with Zion. He says, you know what? Someone else do that. Someone else can do that job. There's plenty of people around. I don't got to be there. Someone can do it. Someone's going to fill in if I'm not there. That goes for you ladies too. Someone's just going to fill in. All right? It's not my job anyway. I mean, I'm really not that person that's out front doing things, No one's ever asked me to do anything, or maybe you might say, hey, I can do things or something. He wants us to neglect things. You ever neglected anything at the house? Did y'all sweep your house today? When's the last time you cleaned around the toilet? When's the last time you dusted? I didn't go to your house now, so don't be. When's the last time you dusted the windowsills? The top of the Jim hit the nail on the top of the refrigerator is spotless, ain't it, at your house, Jim? When's the last time you neglected something? You're going to get me in trouble, Jim. Hey, I'm already past the front row. You want to meet me up here in a few minutes, buddy? Well, that's what Satan wants us to do. He wants us to neglect God, neglect the Bible. All right? He wants us to not attend Bible studies. He wants us to not attend service. Hey, you've been doing it long enough. Take a break. Take a break. I really have to be here. Take a break, man. You've earned it. All right? He wants us to stop communicating. He wants to stop communicating with God. All right? You're too tired. What can I pray for that I haven't already prayed for? You're just wasting your time. God's already heard us, so why you keep repeating yourself? You sound like a broken record. That's what Satan wants to tell you. All right? And he says he wants us to lower our standards. The standard of God is high. He wants us to lower our standards. He says here, if anyone desires to come after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me. Romans chapter 12, verse 1 and 2 reads as this: I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable to God, which is your reasonable service, and do not be conformed to this world, be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. And James tells us this about being pure. Pure and undefiled religion before God and the Father is this: to visit orphans and widows in their trouble, and to keep oneself unspotted from the world. And then we read Matthew chapters 5 and 6 as well, which I won't read those tonight. But you know what else he wants us to do? He wants us to criticize others. He wants us to criticize other members of the church. All right? Complaining. Saying what's wrong with this or what's wrong with that. It doesn't meet my standards, so I'm going to complain about it. He wants us to lose our temper. All right? What has the church done for me? Those guys didn't ask me to do nothing today. Those ladies didn't ask me to do that. I mean, I'm just going to get an attitude, get a temper. But meekness is a fruit of the Spirit. Okay? Sure is. And along with losing our temper, we start acting like a bunch of kids. And that's what he wants. I'm going to take my ball and go home. And that's it. You don't like it? You don't want to do what I want you to do? Take my ball and go home. Not going to support you, not going to do things. And he wants us to put Christ off. I'll just do things tomorrow. I don't know enough yet, the scriptures. I can't even teach a class. That's the doubt he puts in there. And he wants you to believe in the false hope of the faith only, joining the church of your choice. God didn't give us a choice last time I checked. I also say to you that you are Peter, and on this rock, all right, I will build my congregation, and the gates of Hades shall not prevail against it. Jesus is the rock. Jesus is the foundation. All right? It's God's church, not Satan's. But what do we have? Do we have Christ? All right? Or do we have Satan? Satan wants us. He's real. I just went over just a few things tonight about an everyday life of some people. And so Christ wants us too. And Christ came seeking us. He says, for the Son of Man has come to seek and save that which was lost. You see the word was there. What's lost? There's a lot of wasers. There's a lot of wasers. Hey, there's this app that you use when you drive. I'm not going to say the name. I don't know if it's pronounced wasers or whatever it is, but there was a lot of wasers. It gets you, you put the app in and you're driving, and it tells you if there's an accident ahead, tells you if there are any police on the side of the road, or a car that's on the side of the road disabled or whatnot, and it gets you to your place, and sometimes you redirect yourself. So a lot of us were wasers, and we were lost, but Christ is the roadmap. Matthew chapter 26:28, he says here, for this is my body of the new covenant, which are shed for many for the remission of sins. And so, you are a wanted person. You're wanted by God. You're wanted by Satan. And Satan is going to fight hard for you. You can run from God and run with Satan, or you can run to God and be obedient to Satan, the gospel, which has the power to save. Romans chapter 1, verse 16. Being saved by the blood of the Lamb, Jesus Christ, by being immersed into him. Yeah. So Christ came and gave all that you might live. Well, what about it? Are you a wanted person? Yes, you are a wanted person. We read Luke chapter 22, verse 31 through 34 this evening, how Satan doesn't have any morals. All right? Verse 31. Simon Peter. Simon, Simon, indeed, Satan has asked for you, that he may sift you like wheat. That takes a lot of guts to go to our Lord and Savior and ask for somebody, doesn't it? Especially when God already knew what Peter can do, or what's coming up for Peter. So, don't take them too lightly, okay? Keep praying for strength to overcome and be a wanted person for Christ. Jim?
When the bridegroom comes to your bride.